What's up, guys? Welcome to a new live stream. We had a little technical difficulty earlier. Tried to run the live stream about a few hours ago, and I had some difficulty with my encoder. And I'm using it on a different computer than I normally do. So I kind of botched that one. But the good news is I got it working now. Now you should be seeing me, and now we can properly do our weekly live stream of SAT problems. So we're going to tackle Khan Academy SAT test, the practice test number 4, the no calculator section, as the description states. And that's it. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. And I'm going to get going here. Let me get the setup here. So we've got everything nicely laid out. So here it is, and I'm right about to start. Now, the only bad thing about today is because I tried to do the live stream before, unfortunately, I'm not seeing these questions for the first time, which is I also think is part of the fun. I'm actually seeing, and just to show you that you can actually do it in the time allotted. Unfortunately, I'm seeing them for the second time, so I already went through them once, so I am seeing them again, but that's okay. I'll be able to give more thorough explanations, and just so it is what it is. Let me start my Instagram live stream as well, so we'll do a dual stream here, and then once that is going, we shall start. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, this is gonna be a little tough to balance. Trying my best. Let's see if we can get it like this. Is this gonna work? What's up, guys? On Instagram, we're starting a live stream. I'm trying to get my phone to balance. I'm in a weird spot here. There you go. So I'm going to be solving SAT Khan Academy problems, SAT practice test number 4, no calculator section, just the math section. If you want to watch along, go to my YouTube channel, go to the Scalar Learning YouTube channel, and you can follow along there. If not, you're just going to hear me talking about the problems, and that's that. Let us begin. Ready, set, and go. 20 questions, 25 minutes in total, and let's begin. So first question is, which of the following expressions is equal to 0 for some value of x? Now, I can tell you right now, if we do the absolute value of this guy, it has to be this one, because basically, if we plug in 0, for the only way that we can do it is in this sense, right? We need to negate this 1. And in all these cases, we would need a -1 out of these quantities to give us a 0, right? -1 plus 1 equals 0. That's impossible. This is the only one where we just have to get a positive 1. We can get a positive 1 with x being equal to either 2 or 0, and that's it. So I'm going to jump right ahead past that one. All right, let's do this one. In the function above, b is a constant if f of x equals 7. Sorry, f of 6 equals 7. What is f of -2? Let's solve. So we got f of 6 equals 3 times 2 times 6 plus b, and that was 7 equals, that's 18 over 2 plus b. That's 7 equals 9 plus b, so b equals -2. So we'll do it again now. Let's find f of -2 of the same function. 3 halves x minus 2, and now we're plugging in -2 for x. F of -2 equals 3 over 2, -2 minus 2. 3 halves times -2, that's -6 over 2, which is -3 minus 2, which equals -5. Oops. Next question, number 3. X over y equals 6, and then 4y plus 1, equals x. If xy is a solution, what is the value of y? So we're solving the system of equations. I'm going to, and we need to solve for y, so I'm going to do a little substitution here. I'm going to multiply y to this side, and we've got x equals 6y. I'm going to plug this in for this equation for x. So I'm going to distribute this as well simultaneously. We got 4y plus 4 equals 6y. I'm going to subtract 2y, and we got 4 equals 4y. And y equals 1. And y equals 1, x equals, let's see, 1, 2, 8. X should equal 8. And so y equals, no, that can't work, right? Because wait, I must have made a mistake. Hold on, 4y plus 1 equals 6y. 4y plus 4 equals 6y. 2y, oh, yeah, we subtracted 2y, 4y, y equals 1. Wait a minute, what did I do? I made some mistake here when I translated this. Let me try and catch it. 4 times y plus 1, and we're substituting in 6y for x. Okay, let's just reset. I made some mistake here. So x equals 6y. 4y plus 4 equals x. 4y plus 4 equals 6y. 2y equals 4. Oh, I don't know what I did there. All right, so y equals 2. Sorry about that. That was weird. Let's go to the next question. Question number 4. We got 22 minutes left, so we're actually not doing that great on time-wise. So it says if f of x equals negative 2x plus 5, what is... So f of... We want to plug negative 3x into this guy. So negative 2 times... And we're plugging in negative 3x for x plus 5. These guys multiply become 6x plus 5 positive. And that's it. Next one, we've got this problem. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? This one, it's pretty obvious that this is wrong because there's no middle term. It's got to be C. We can pretty much safely say that, but just a FOIL for fun. 4x plus 1. This goes here, here, and then here, and here, right? That's FOIL. 8x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 1, and then this all times 3. These guys combine to give you 6x, and we got 24x squared plus 18x plus 3, and that's the C. Number 6 is, let's see, a minus b over b equals 3/7. And you can see in a and b, they just basically, if you can isolate a over b and figure out what is on the other side, you'll solve it. So that's what I'm going to try and do, and I'm going to try and get a over b. This would be pretty tough to even try and figure out. So we'll try and tackle these if need be, if neither of these are true, right? A minus 2b, like, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Actually, it would just be this one. These definitely wouldn't be right because, or this one definitely isn't right because this is like subtracting b over b on both sides, or 1. And subtracting 1 from 3/7 would give you negative 4/7. So anyways, let's try and isolate. We're going to cross multiply, so we get, oops, like this, we get 3b equals 7a minus 7b. And then I'm going to move this over here, so we got 10b equals 7a. And then we're trying to get a over b, so we're going to divide by b, and then we got, and then we'll multiply by 1/7, right? Get rid of the 7. And so we got a over b equals 10 over 7. Next question. While preparing to run a marathon, Amelia created a training schedule in which the distance of her longest run every week decreased by a constant amount. If her longest run in week 4 is 8, and her in week 16 it's 26, so we're going up by 12 weeks, and we're going up here by 18 miles. Which of the following describes how the distance changes from 4 to 16? So it's clearly not going up 1 mile per week, right? That would be 12 miles. It's not going up 2 miles per week. That would be 24. So we got to see. It's not going up half a mile because that would only be 6. This one doesn't make sense, but it's going up 1.5 because 1.5 times 12 will give you 18. So 1.5 for the first, 3 for the second, so on. It's D. Okay. Again, if you're watching on Instagram, make sure to go to my YouTube channel to see the questions. Here we go. Let's clear the board. Y equals negative 3x plus 4, which a parallel line. So we need any of these lines with the slope of negative 3. These aren't in slope-intercept form, but I can tell you right off the bat, A has got to be it because I can see that if we move the 6x over, it'll be negative, divided by 2, and we get negative 3 for the slope. So I'll just show you really quickly here why. We say 2y equals negative 6x plus 15, and then we divide everything by 2, and we get y equals negative 3x plus blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. The constants are relevant. As long as it's not 4, we're good, because then they'd be the same lines. So A is our right answer, and we can safely move on. Next question is this guy. If A equals 2, what is the solution to the set above? So we have square root of x minus 2 equals x minus 4. To solve, we got to square both sides. Squared. We got x minus 2 equals, I'm going to FOIL this, x squared minus 8x plus 16, right? That's if we wrote it out again and FOILed, but I kind of did it in my head. Now let's get everything to one side. We'll say 0 equals x squared. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. It's a minus 9x. Add 2 plus 18. And then we're going to FOIL. and then whatever we get in each of these individual solutions to equal 0, that's our answer. So this is x minus 3, right, and x minus 6. Those will multiply to positive 18 and add to negative 9. So our solutions are x equals 3 and 6. And then we just got to check for extraneous by going back to the beginning. So x minus 2 equals x minus 4. And if we plug 3 in, we get 3 minus 2 is 1, square root of 1 is 1. 3 minus 4 is negative 4. So I'm going to cancel the, I'm sorry, negative 1. So I think that's an extraneous solution, but 6 should work. 6 minus 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. So these guys are actually good. So I'm going to, not include the 3 and 6 like they have here. I'm going to say 6. Next question. We're doing all right. We've done 9 problems, but now they're going to start to get a lot harder. T plus 5 over t minus 5 equals 10. So let's cross multiply. See what's the value of 10? T, just cross multiply first, or multiply this over here. So we get t plus 5 equals 10 times t minus 5, which is t plus 5 equals 10t minus 50. And then we're going to bring this over here, minus t, and then I'll add 50, those go away, we get 9t equals 55, divide by 9, there's your value for t, 55 over 9, which is right here. Next question, x equals 2y, x equals 2y plus 5y equals 2x minus 3 times x plus 9. It's a system of equations. It's a parabola with a line intersecting it. I think. I mean, it may actually not be intersecting it. There could be 0 solutions. But to figure this out, we're going to use substitution, just like 2 linear equations. And hey, what's up on Instagram? If you're watching, go to my YouTube channel so you can see what I'm actually doing and see what's on screen. Go to YouTube and search for Scalar Learning. All right, so we're going to plug this in right here for x, down here and down here. So we've got y equals 2 times 2y plus 5 minus 3 times 2y plus 5 plus 9. Okay, so I'm just replacing the x with those guys. This becomes 4y, and then this becomes 10 minus 3, which is plus 7, times 2y plus 14. These guys then multiply to become 8y squared times plus 56y plus 14y plus 84, plus 98. And then that would become, let me make some room up here. Then we've got 8y squared plus 70y plus 98 equals y, subtract y, subtract y. We got 8y squared minus 69y plus 98. Now, we can plug this all into the quadratic, but we don't need specific values. We just need to know if there's 0, 1, 2, or no solutions to this set. We can figure that out by the determinant, whether it's positive, negative, or 0. If it's positive, we've got 2 solutions. Negative, we have no real solutions. And if it's 0, we have 1 real solution. So the determinant is b squared. It's negative, but it doesn't matter because we're squaring it. So it's 69 squared minus 4 times a, which is 8, times c, which is 98. So the question is 69 squared minus this, and this is no calculator. We can't use a calculator. So I'm going to estimate. I'm going to say this is like 70 squared, which is about 4,900. I'm going to say this is 32 times 100. I'm going to say this is 32 times 100, roughly, because this is 32. This is about 100. It's like minus 3,200. This is definitely positive, therefore we definitely got 2 solutions. Question number 12. Ken and Paul each ordered a sandwich at a restaurant. The price of Ken's sandwich was X dollars, and the price of Paul's sandwich was $1. So Ken was X, Paul is X plus 1. And they split the cost of the sandwich evenly, so the total cost of the sandwich is like this. And that's how much each of them paid. And then they each paid 20% tip, so you multiply this by 1.2. The 1 is what they, because that includes what they pay, and the 0.2 is the extra 20%. Which of the following expressions represents the amount they paid? So it's literally this. So let's just simplify this. This is 2x plus 1 over 2 times 1.2. and this becomes, inside the parentheses, this becomes 1.2 times x, right? We could break this up into two fractions, like 2x over 2, which is x, plus 1 over 2, or let's make it decimals like they did, 0.5, and then we distribute this and this. We get 1.2x plus 0.6. And it's like that. Cool. Next. The function f and g, those guys over to the left, are graphed in the xy plane. They intersect at points k0 and negative k0, which is here and here, but we don't even need the diagram for this. What is the value of k? That's it. Let's solve and let's see. Well, where do they intersect? They intersect when they're equal to each other. So all we got to do is realize we just got to set these guys equal to each other, and we'll get those x values. Equals negative 8x squared plus 2. Let's bring them both to the same side here. 8x squared, and then let's subtract 2, subtract 2. So this goes away, this goes away. We got 0 left over here. We got 8x squared plus 8x squared, 16x squared minus 4. This is a difference of squares. Hopefully you see that. Difference of squares means we take the square root of this whole thing, which is 4x, square root of this, which is 2, and 2. And then one's plus, one's minus. So what is the solution? The solution here, x, would have to be 1/2. Yeah, sorry. No. I'm sorry, negative 1/2. And here would be positive 1/2. And so now we've got our two solutions, and it said, what is the value of k? K is going to be positive and negative. It's clearly 1/2. So 15, here we go. This should be one of the hardest, and then it's going to get easier. And we're doing pretty well, actually, on time, because we got 6 questions left. The expression above is this, a plus bi, rewritten in form a plus bi. What is the value of a? All we got to do when we got a fraction and we got an imaginary number in the denominator, we need to get rid of that. And the way we get rid of it is like this. We multiply by top and bottom, which is the same as this, but we change that minus to a plus. If it was a plus, we'd change it to a minus. And then we carry it out. All right, top and bottom have to be the same. This ends up becoming 9. Okay, negative 2i times positive 2i is negative 4i squared, which is actually positive 4. That's what it works out to be. And then on top, we got to FOIL these guys. So it's 24, 8 times 2i plus 16i, negative I times negative 3i, negative I times negative 2i squared, which is plus 2, right? Same trick as down there. And this becomes 13. So now let's add up everything. 24 plus 2 is 26. 16i minus 3i is plus 13i over 9 plus 4 is 13. Look how nice that is. This becomes 2 plus I. And the a is 2, right? That first term. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. This should be the hardest problem. This is number 15. So actually, we're doing not so great. It's decent. Quadratic equation above k and p are constants. This is a very hard problem. What are the solutions for x? So first of all, hey, we got to get this all set to 0 before we can. Clearly, these are this is all by plugging into the quadratic formula, right? So we're gonna have to do the same thing and see what it works out to be, 0. So let's do it like this. We've got, let me think here. If we don't want a fraction in there, I'll make life easier. I'll multiply both sides by 2. So I'm going to say 2x squared minus kx minus 4p equals 0. It should be easier. All right, negative p, so positive k plus or minus square root of b squared, which is k squared, minus 4 times 2, 4 times 2. It's just going to be a negative 4 there, so I'm going to make that a positive, times another 4p. 4 times 2 times 4, right? Okay. Over 2a, which is 4. And then this becomes k plus or minus square root of k squared plus 4 times is 8 times 4 is 32 over 4. And there's your answer. And they've just removed the k over 4 to the front like this. It's the same thing. It's definitely B, right? We got the k squared, we got 32p, so that is good to go. Good to go. Alrighty. Jim has a triangular shelf system that attaches to a shower head. The total height of the system is 18 inches, and there are 3 parallel shelves as shown to the left. What is the maximum height in inches of a shampoo bottle that can stand upright on the middle shelf? And what we've got here, we've got total 18. So we can see this is in a ratio of 1 to 3 to 2. So it's all split into like 6 pieces. And this is going to be proportionate to the height, which means that this is going to be 1/6, this is going to be 3/6, this is going to be 2/6. So 3/6 is the same as 1/2, which means it's 1/2 of 18, which should be 9 inches. Let me just double check. I believe that's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because this is 3 inches, this is 9 inches, and this is 6. Cool. Number 17. In the triangle above, sine of x is 0.6. What's the cosine of y? Sine of this angle is equal to the cosine of that angle, right? Two different angles in a right triangle. Sine of one is equal to the cosine of the other. That's just a basic rule. For what value of x is the equation above? All right. This one is it's third degree, and 2x minus 10. So what we got to do is we actually have to do this like special type of factor. We got to factor these two and these two separately before we can factor this. So x squared comes out of this. We have x minus 5 remaining. 2 comes out of this, and we have x minus 5 remaining. And we got lucky because we've got the same binomials in here. That means we can group. This is called factoring by grouping. Group this like this. And then we have those two added outside. X squared plus 2 equals 0. And what real value is true of the equation above? This could be 5, and then this would be actually the square root of negative 2. So this is no good. That's not a real solution. 5 is your real solution. And you could test it if you had time. You could plug 5 in and make sure it goes to 0. Like it'd be 125 minus 125, which is 0. 10 minus 10, and it works. Okay. 2 questions left, so we are actually doing pretty good. So negative 3x plus 4y equals 20. It's a system of equations. What is the value of x? That's it. And negative 3x plus 4y equals 20. 6x plus 3y equals 15. I'm going to do elimination on this guy because it'll be easier. So this becomes negative 6x, right? I'm matching up one of the terms. It's probably best to match up the y's, to be honest. But it's so easy to match up the x's here. I'm just going to do it this way. Plus 8y equals 40. Now we just add these guys. That's what elimination is all about. These cross off. This becomes 11y, and this becomes 55. Y equals 5. Plug that back into either of the equations. So let's say negative 3x plus 4 times 5 is 20 equals 20. Subtract 20 from both sides, and x equals 0, right? Because it'd be negative, it'd be negative 3x equals 0. And so we can just test it if you want. 0 for x, y equals 5. All right, 5, 20, 0 makes sense. 5, 15, 0 makes sense. So the value of x is 0. Last question. We got a good 5 minutes left. So it says the mesosphere is Earth's atmosphere is between 50 and 85. 50 and 85. At 50 kilometers, the temperature is negative 5. At 80 kilometers, the temperature is negative 80. Okay, so this jumps by 30, and this goes down by negative 75. For every 10 additional kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere decreases by k, where k is a constant. What is the value of k? So we have to break this down like this. Let me show you. We have to break it down by like, wait a minute, every 10. So what is it? What is it? 60. What is it? 70, right? So let's think. Well, that means that's 3 jumps, right? 1, 2, 3. And in those 3 jumps, we're going a total of 75. But if we did it 3 times, what do you think? Well, we just divide this by 3. It's going to drop by negative 25 every time, or 25. It decreases by k, so k is just 25. I think we put in a positive value. The temperature in the mesosphere decreases by k. Yeah, so they're saying decreases by. You wouldn't say decreases by negative 5. You say decreases by 25, or by 5. But you can see that, right? So negative 5 decreases by negative 25 becomes negative 30. Then it becomes negative 55, and then negative 80. So it works. The temperature, so I'm pretty sure, I don't think you can put a negative answer in anyways. So I think we're safe there. For every additional 10, right? All right. So let's go ahead and just finish it a little bit early, and let's make sure we got all of these right. Review this section. Yeah, so beautiful. All those were good. All right, that's it for the live stream today. I hope that was helpful, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, and I'm really sorry that the other live stream didn't work. I hope you didn't jump onto that and waste your time. That would be a shame. But this is a good one, and hopefully it helped you. Hopefully it gave you some clarity. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out and helps the channel out a lot. And if this is your first time to one of these videos, or maybe not, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get more live stream content, more math music videos, all that good stuff that we create on the regular. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.